Welcome back to the channel. I'm Destiny.
I'm Wanda.
And together we are
the mother and daughter duo. Oh Lord, here we go. Do you take anything serious, girl?
Not really. Okay. Finally, we are back with a sit-down video. Specifically a girl talk. And the topic, sex trafficking. You kind of have to get prepared for this one because
you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's not to bring fear, but it's to bring awareness. In other words, we hope for the best, but we have to expect that the worst can happen. And so, as we said in all our videos, this is not a one and done.
We don't know everything.
We're not going to try to pretend we know everything.
We're just telling you guys what we know.
We're just giving you some tips, a little food for thought.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it'll help. Whether that be you bringing the little ones in.
Yes.
The girls and the boys.
Please share this video out.
Share this video out. Have this talk with the girls, with the boys.
Everyone.
Because it's serious.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it, but it is a must. And it's real, just as sure as the day is Wednesday.
Yes.
This is a topic that you need to have. And because like I said, not like I said, I'm saying now, if it's going on now, here where I'm living, I can only imagine what's going to happen years and years and years to come. You're going to practically be almost afraid to go
anywhere.
And
that's how it is now. So
and the thing is to bring awareness.
All right, so you guys know the drill. We got our handy dandy notebooks. I feel like Steve from Blue's Clues every time I have my notebook, but we're just gonna bounce off each other, and
again, we don't know it all.
We don't know everything, so don't come for us.
We just trying,
Yes.
And the reason again we talk about girl talk, again, as I said before, in all our girl talks, it's just something her and I've been doing for years, and until the day
you still do.
Till the day we still do the same thing. We don't probably had this conversation about 5, 6, 7 times, and because it's dear to us, and like I said, I don't want to talk about it, but it's a must. Again, I have to leave my daughter one day, and I'm trying to instill in her some of the things that she can look out for, that she can implement. Because let me ask you something. What do we have that men don't?
An intuition.
Intuition. And if it doesn't feel right, it usually isn't right.
So yeah. I know people are like, wait, you still remember conversations from like 4 when you were 4 years old? I am 23 now, and absolutely I can tell you exactly what we said and how we said it.
And it's amazing because we bounce back and forth off each other, and then when we talk about a specific subject, that's why I like when you take your own notes, because it helps mommy to know that you remember what I taught you until the day you still even if we're not having this particular conversation, but the fact that you can say to me, mommy, yes, I remember from a small age what you've been telling me, and I continue to teach you because guys, by nature I'm a reader, and so usually I go and I read. I've been reading forever. I can read a book if it's good to me within a day, and if you're not careful, if it's just that good, I can read it in a matter of hours. And so I love talking, I love learning, and so what I take from my learning experience, I just kind of throw it over to you.
Okay. So we're gonna roll right into it, and mom's gonna start off. So,
and since we are talking about human trafficking, let me tell you what it is. Human, and this is from my own words, not from nobody else. Again, I don't know everything, but this is what I've learned. And like I said, for those, if I don't have everything, but you can take it upon yourself to go get a book on self-trafficking. You can go to the library and get a book. This is just to add on what you already know, if you don't know it. But as I said, because we talk about girl talk, it's a subject, whatever we talk about, these subjects are near and dear to our hearts. And we're just getting started. I don't think you can have enough girl talk, because just when you think that you covered it all, something else can come along and you say, you know what, I need to address that too. We need to talk about it. And so human trafficking, Siobhan, to me, it's a crime where one person exploits another, whether that be for a service such as sex or labor. Traffickers, Siobhan, tries to use threat for manipulation. They might say that you owe a debt. They lie to you, trying to get women and children to engage in sex acts against their will. In other words, just what it sounds like. They try to make you do something that you don't want to do. They lie. They say that you owe them money. Whatever it is, they try to manipulate you.
Or they try to hold you for ransom.
Yes. And so you might ask me, who are victims? And I like to say that victims, people think, let mommy rephrase that. Let me rephrase, some people, not all, think victims are runaways, which is true. They are. But however, a lot of women and kids are kidnapped and traded like a hot commodity, Siobhan, across international borders. Some are lured by kind strangers, then they're forced to have sex as a form of payment. And I'm going to tell you one thing, Siobhan, some people think, and again, as I say, some people think that it only happened to immigrants. And why they think it only happened to immigrants is because they can't get work or lack thereof. And so they figure that, that only happened to, just as I said, immigrants, and that can be further, baby, from the truth. Yeah.
I like those too. Okay, so it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a question that a lot of people are probably thinking. What are the signs?
And I'm hoping you can. I want to see if you've really been paying attention. What are the signs? What have mommy taught you? What? And again, I know I don't expect you to know them all, but if you can just remember some of the things in which mommy have taught you or we talked about.
They appear to be afraid of strangers. You can be next to them or just in a room, and someone might try to walk up to them and speak to them, and they're just like kind of like turn away. Also, what might be a red flag is if someone offers them assistance and they kind of just like, no, I'm okay. Especially if they've caught on to like, oh my God, is this girl being trafficked? Like, can I offer you some assistance? Without saying it out loud, we're kind of reading each other's mind like, do you need help? And they're like, no, I'm okay. And that can be a really big red flag because oftentimes they're left alone because they've been with their owner for so long and they're like,
let me intervene. You said when they walk away, but sometimes, Siobhan, what I want you to look for, sometimes their responses can sound like it's rehearsed or it's scripted. In other words, like they're reading from a book trying to say to you, no, I'm okay. Like it's usually a yes or no. They don't give you no more. So if you ask them a question, it's yes, no, or they kind of shy off. They can even, you go ahead, mommy.
No, you're fine. But yeah, it can just be a red flag if you're asking them for assistance and they just kind of shy away. Exactly what Mom was saying. It's just that look on their face, like that doesn't look too good or sound too good. They won't make eye contact with you. You can't get them to look up in your eye for anything. You just constantly have their head down, just try not to make eye contact. Also, they're hesitant to speak with law enforcement. Some cases, not all, if they're lucky to make it out alive, they don't even want to speak because speaking is just as bad as anything. You have to constantly relive it because you have to tell the story, and it's like, I don't want to deal with this again. So telling the story is just as worse. And also, I feel like you need to look for signs of physical abuse. The bruises on the face, the arm, anywhere, the stomach, the back, and those are just red flags. And pay attention to their living arrangements as well. Because
your friend, whether that be your girl, can be in distress. And so if you're with that person, and a lot of times they don't want you to come to their homes. You know what I'm saying? And so you were saying about the living arrangements?
Yes. If you find that there's a large quantity of boys and girls living in one home or
small space,
or because they do tend to get a lot of victims and hold them in one area, often underground where no one can see or hear, and or if you see a little girl, little boy with someone that looks like way older, and it's just a red flag. You can kind of almost look and be like, ugh, that doesn't sound too great. Those are just some key things, like why would they be living with their teacher or their boss, or just those weird things like, do you live with your teacher or your boss? I'm not saying that
nothing is wrong with
but
it.
it's just something to just be mindful of.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, my next question. Who's working to prevent it?
Who is working to prevent it?
Because
I mean, what is being done?
Because it's just so much. Okay. There's not a lot of information about sex trafficking, but thankfully there are some organizations working to put an end to it as best as they possibly can.
More than likely not going to happen.
Yeah. But we can do everything that we can. They work with citizens in particular to explain to them so that they can identify what exactly is sex trafficking and what it looks like, just in case they're in that situation and they're ever wondering, is this person in danger? How can I lure them away from this person without causing attention?
As we said earlier, yes.
Yes. And how do we help students in school, maybe that live on college campus, or just in general, or anyone can join a program if there's one available, or if not, get out there and create your own. Start a club to raise awareness in your local community. Another way that we can help
let
is...
mommy stop you from... I am so proud of you. and I say that, and I know you hear mommy say it all the time, but what it says to me, what it conveys to me, that... And I hate... I'm not going to say that I've drilled it to you, but the fact that you are able to recite what it is that mommy has taught you and instilled in you, and the fact that you're giving it to me. That's why when people hear you talk, or when they always say that you're wise beyond your years. And so, like I tell people all the time, you can put her in a room of a 40 or 50-year-old, and I can promise you, as the young people might say, you can hang tough. That you, like, I know you can be shy at times, but if I had to put you in a room, you can give it to them. You can let them know, like, yes, I'm fully aware. And like I said, do I know everything? No, but I'm not going to... I'll continue to learn so I can continue to instill in you. Yeah. I'm sorry, again, I hate to cut your train of thought.
No, bring awareness in your local community. Host an event. Also, take a self-defense class, please.
And what else you can do for a survival skill? I'm looking for that other
Learning how to swim as well.
Yes, because it can be a different
life or death situation.
Life and death.
And get a self-defense tool. Ladies, we have so many different tools nowadays where they look the street. We can hang them on our purse,
Something as simple as what is that tool that you take?
Like an alarm, and you
put
just pull it.
You pull it. You hook it on your purse.
Yeah.
And like if you need to bring attention, if you feel like something is out of the ordinary, and it's about to, it sounds just like an ambulance. You pull that little thing, and I think someone you could get them for a set of 2 for like $39.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Yes. And you know what? Matter of fact, speaking of those devices. I think it's high time we keep putting it off the inevitable. Like we said, we hope that we don't have to use them, but it's good to have them in place. Like I said, you just kind of, put them on your
and
purse.
they look so discreet.
Yes, you think people think they lip gloss or anything. You pull them and you got everybody attention.
So take a self-defense class and get a self-defense tool.
Swimming class too.
Yes, swimming class too.
And so, Siobhan, now that you said that, and again, we can't cover it all, but we're going to talk about the assessment and recruitment. Siobhan, now you say to me, Mommy, now where you going with this?
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
They assess you. You know what I'm saying? And this is how they recruit their victims. For most people, they tend to target women, boys, girls, anybody. We're talking about low self-esteem. You see what I'm saying? The predator preys on that. They're more than likely have been doing this, Siobhan, for years.
Yes.
In other words, they know how to make their prey. In other words, they set out, whether that could be anywhere. They can be at the airport. They can be at the bus terminal. They can be...
They scope you out.
They know. For example, they might say something like, you're beautiful. Or... I know you have a lot of boyfriends. In other words, and if you can get that young lady or man to look down, like if I say to you, Siobhan, you beautiful, and you kind of look down and shy away,
they know that you're
they already know that you're vulnerable. And like I said, they say something like you're beautiful, and if she appears shy or lower her head, they more than likely to say she's my target. And recruitment, Siobhan. When mommy tell you, how do they recruit you? Through social media?
Yes.
Because social media is the fastest way, Destiny, for me to reach out to somebody. And it comes what they're looking for is broken homes. Mommy like to say where there's a single mother in the home or father, whether you hear that little girl or boy said, I hate my parents, or she's the worst, I can't wait to get away from home, and you think you think about runaways. You know what I'm saying? Those are what they're looking for. They're preying upon their victims.
Yeah, the recruitment is something ugly.
Yes,
And people don't realize that recruitment happens at a lot of different places. You can be in the bathroom and a female will walk in and be like, get to talking with you, and you would think it's innocent. She'd be like, well, hey, I know a great place where you can make some extra money. And she invites you somewhere and
Talk to me,
walk
baby.
yourself into a ring cult of something. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
It happens at the NFL games, the
game.
NBA games, anywhere. The trains, like when I tell you, anywhere sex trafficking happens all around the globe.
Just what you think. It can be at your local Target.
Yeah.
It can be at the Walmart. Where you think that it isn't.
It is.
It is.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And it's out of fear, because you know what, Siobhan, what it says to me. And I'm not to say, sometimes you don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm going to bring back, what is this Epstein guy that the girl Giselle?
Michael Epstein?
Or is it Epstein, or either
something like that?
Giselle, when she's a star, and she was recruiting ladies, girls, and so I say to yourself, I like to call it destiny sleeping with the enemy.
Yeah.
And what I mean when I say that, it can be that husband that you're sleeping with, knowing that he's sex trafficking somebody's daughter or son. You know what I'm saying? Right? And he has a family.
Yeah.
He has a family and wife, girls and boys, but yet his praise when he get off of work, and it starts when you say, now, Mom, where you going with this? Well, I'm going to tell you. It starts in the White House. It starts with government.
Yep.
It starts with these big people, these same people that you see is behind all, because it has to, Siobhan, come from somewhere.
And it's just ridiculous, because it's like, oh my God, he's a celebrity. Well, he was a celebrity.
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
And after, Siobhan, they recruit you, then what they tend to do, Siobhan, is they offer a solution. And then when they offer solution, when they hear the girls say, I can't wait to get away from home, or I hate my parents,
or I can't wait to grow up,
or I can't wait to grow up, and they say to you, got some place where they offer their assistance, not knowing that you get ready to fall into lion's den. You walk right into that trap. Oh, you can get me away from here? I come on down here. There's a group that you could come to. We'll make sure you got food, you got clothing, you have money you don't want for nothing. And sometimes they often leave and go straight for the unknown. Sometimes they often walk into danger.
Yeah,
and it is sad as it says. As sad as Mommy saying, that's what happened. And so, Siobhan, after they take assessment, baby, and they recruit you, you know what comes next? Tell Mommy what comes next. After they got you and they made an assessment, they said that I can manipulate he or she to do what I want them to do. What comes next, baby?
They start to groom you.
They start to groom you, baby. I'm glad they come disguised in many ways. They try to gain control, and they get their victims to do just what they want to do. And when I say they groom you, that means they not only are they grooming you, but when they come, they look how you don't think that they will look.
They can look like someone like you. Just
right.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, like, just like I said about the lady Giselle. They could look like your next door neighbor. They could look like the person at your job. That's why I said they're grooming you. But when you look at a stranger, you'll say, no, it's no way that they're not going to do nothing. That's just like, and it takes me back. I hate to say it, but it takes me back to the story where the girl was killed over in New York, where she just jumped in the car. She seen his face, and she said, "Oh,
the Uber,
the Uber driver. This must be him."
Uber.
And even though, like, I know they did two different things, but I say that to say because she went with just looks alone. She looked and seen him, and she said to herself, "Oh yeah, he must be." Yeah. And so, like I said, they groom you, and so not only that. 85 to 90% of victims, they feel close. They feel as if though they're in a relationship. So many people, because once they groom you, they feel like they're in love, because then what happens once they groom you, Siobhan, they start buying you clothes, they start buying you gifts, start taking you out to eat, and so you truly
feeling like some sort of love.
Love,
connection
yeah.
almost there.
In other words, some people, Siobhan, they're looking for love. I like to say in all the wrong places. And so they say, well, if this is love, then I want it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what love is. You know what I'm saying? And so they tend to fall in love. And so, Siobhan, what you don't realize neither, Siobhan, and I don't know if you remember Mommy telling you this, they have family trafficking. And what I mean when I say that is that when you have, and as much as it hurts me, Siobhan, to say that, but mothers sell their kids.
Yes, they do.
Whether that be for a form of payment, of payment for rent, for clothing, for food, and special, God forbid, Siobhan, if you have that mother that is an addict. When you want to get high, Siobhan, you will sell your soul to the devil. And I've seen mothers, or if I heard a mother saying that they coming in the room and they left their daughter to whatever because it's a money thing. And it's sad, but they have family trafficking as well.
Yeah, so they will, take you and your family, and they will split you guys up, and you will never see them again.
Yeah.
Okay, next point. Sorry. Breaking is
the breaking period.
The next point. Okay, what was...
And so, Siobhan, I figured that after they groomed you, after they took assessment, now that they got you, they have brainwashed you, and now here comes the breaking period.
Yeah.
Now that I've groomed her, I got to get her to do what I want her to do. I got to get he or she to know that I'm serious now. I'm going to exhale right here.
Yeah.
Because somewhere, somebody's child is being beaten. It can come through they're being violent. It can be in a form of gang raped. They call the name calling coming. You a whore. You a slut. Your mother sold me. She don't want you. Even if you call law enforcement, who's gonna believe you? That's when they tend. I like to use the word. That's when they are breaking you down. Let me reiterate again. Somewhere, somebody's child is being beaten. You're making her believe that she's not worth anything and she never will be worth anything. You hoe. Don't nobody want you. I'm the only one want you. You know how it goes. It's to gain control. They will go so much that, girl, you know your mother, she didn't want you. She sold you. And guess what? And even though that's not the truth, but again, the brainwashing. Your mother sold you to me $10, and if you brainwash them, if you say it to me long enough, and you drill it in me long enough, then what happens? You start to believe, and so that's when the breaking point comes in. Somebody's child is being held against their will. I want you to think about as we go to sleep at night. I'm going to take this conversation, Siobhan, to someplace else. And you say to me, Mama, you getting off topic, but I'm going to have to go there for a minute. It's amazing to me that they can find money, millions of dollars to play NFL, to play NBA, to play hockey, to do all of these things. They can pay thousands of dollars for people to pay for record deals, to shoot a hoop. But you can't find a way, just like I even say about hunger,
or
cancer, or the people over in Africa. And I'm going to get back on track, but it's amazing that you can find all this money to pay for everything that can be irrelevant. I don't need to see you. And don't get me wrong, I love sports. I don't want y'all to come for me. But you can sit and pay millions of dollars for somebody to shoot a hoop, but somebody's child is missing, or they being held, but you can't find no logic, because you know why? You know who's behind all of this. And so that's what I'm going to say. Mommy don't want to go on because it can prove to be that's the breaking period. And if you wanted to add anything, I apologize to you.
No, you're good. You took it away. All right, that concludes everything really for the breaking points. So we're going to move on to that last bullet point. Yes, so the last bullet point will be the maintenance where they, like Mom said, brainwash you. They're constantly telling you, "Oh, your mom sold you, and she doesn't love you," and just. I know Mom has something to say too, but it's just it comes down to that point where
either you believe it.
Maybe she really did.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, if they tell you long enough, and it's the maintenance they use, Siobhan, sometimes the threat, they say that if you don't comply, what I'm going to do to your family. They instill, like I say, family violence. If you don't do what I say, you think about your brother or your sister. And who's to say that they're not going to follow through on it? It can be nothing or it could be something. Sometimes they can say, well, I'm going to show you, I'm going to make an example out of your family. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the maintenance part. That's how they get you to say. And then not only that, that's how they begin to do what? They drug you.
Yes.
They make you become dependent on a need. And so what they do is they keep you drugged up. Keep you in a daze. They can keep you barricaded where you don't know whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. If it's 6 a.m. in the morning or late in midnight hour.
And because they keep you trapped in those rooms where it's dark, there's no windows, there's no clocks, like
all you're doing is being made as a sex slave.
Between the brainwashing and the drugs,
how you in the know which is, and barely some of the time, Siobhan, they don't even feed you. It's just the kind you're there to do a service, sex, drugs, and if they give you food, it's just the bare minimum, just to keep you alive, to keep you. And then oftentimes, Siobhan, as much as we hate to say it, once they are finished with you,
they kill you off, and they dump you wherever they.
Once I remember one, and I hate to go there, when they found the black young lady after they did all that they wanted, they left her body by a trash can, as if though she was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they don't did all, and they don't belittle you. And after they broke you down, they still saw fit
to kill you.
That's what I like to call calculus or cold-blooded. I'm not going to go there because I can get angry. It can take me to a place that can prove to be too much for me. And I say that because you are my child. That could have been you, and you.
Anybody.
It could be anybody.
Because it is.
And so again, guys, I know I hate to keep reiterating. Please have the talk with your daughter, your son. Help them to be vigilant. Watch out, because you don't know whether when you send your daughter to school, when he or she go off to work, the victims, the praise is looking for their victims. So you got to be self-aware. You got to be aware, Siobhan, of your surroundings. Whether that be the parking lot, whether you see that white van that's sitting there, whether you said if you're not comfortable, Siobhan, whether that be Targets, anywhere that you feel, go back inside the store, have a security, somebody to walk you to your car. It can be just as simple as saying, you know what, that little intuition. Pay attention.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was this TikTok of this woman. She was heading into the car. I guess she pulled out her phone, and she was like, "Damn, you guys see that this van is awkwardly parked so close to my car, and it's by a tree. It's dark." She said, She turned around. She got one of the store clerks to walk her out. And as soon as they saw them coming out together, he just pulled off. And it was like...
See? Awareness is key. That's why I'm always saying, and it's not... If they can catch you and but they can catch me without you, they're good. But usually, like I said, as much as I'm an old person, but they can grab me in the sake of to get you. You see what I'm saying? So like I say, and mommy always talk about you, Siobhan, surroundings, and it takes me to a place. I'm going to take you back. Remember this story that I've been harping on you about? I remember the local lady that was in our area, and I watched her. Remember I told you she's the mail lady. I watched her carrier from the driver's window on the driver's side. I watched her go from about 5 blocks all the way to another end and never turned around and looked. That's the key thing.
People do that.
That's the key thing of being aware is your surroundings first. You got to be aware. Remember I told you, whenever you by yourself, whether it take a simple, just to look over your shoulder, just assess your environment. Or,
you know what really gets on my last nerve? Though, like what Ma said, I don't know how people could walk and not turn around and look behind them, but when they have the headphones in.
Yes, yes, yeah.
How could you hear what's going on around you with headphones in? And I know, they have noise cancellation. You can put the setting on where you can hear the background.
But if you don't turn around, what if somebody get ready to grab you?
What if someone's this close? Like, what do you do now? Like, how do you walk?
And so I asked you, what before all of this came about, what was you doing? I've seen people, I hate to get off something, lose their life by having headphones because they can't hear that bus or that motorcycle, the train or whatever come. But either way, Shimon, we don't want to get too way out there because you are not going to go there. It's just a few things that you can take away, and we don't want to hold you because that's it. I can start talking and we'll have you here for another 20, 30 minutes because her and I can talk about the same thing until the wee hours of the morning. She'll say something and I'll turn around and say to you, so what I hear you saying, and we'll go on and on and on, and then I'll ask you another question and then could go back. But go ahead, baby, please.
Yes. Okay.
So you're gonna say something? What, you finna close or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this last point up, and I'm gonna let you guys go. But statistics show that 1 in 3 women, or people, are approached by a sex trafficker within 48 hours after them running away from home. These traffickers are experts at analyzing these women and people, and if you know anyone who is a possible victim of sex trafficking, human trafficking, even yourself, there is a number that I'm going to provide for you. That number is 1-888-373-7888. That is the National Human Trafficking hotline. There is a website that you can visit. They are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Another number that I'm going to provide you with is 1-866-349-2423. Please call.
Yeah, and please, people, I know it sounds funny, maybe coming from Destiny, but please take this serious.
Yes.
Please, again, have the talk, and not only this talk, have other talks, but please, people, be mindful, be vigilant, especially the holidays is coming up. People looking for you to be distracted, and this is where they make they're looking, because, like I said, we get all excited. We want to open up gifts. We know we finna see our loved ones. So much. This is when they make. This is when they make their move. They're looking for distraction.
And I know I know it happens all the time, but this is where something around the holidays just happens.
Something around the holidays, people just get crazy. So when I like to say, people think that they are entitled. That's the word that I'm looking. They feel as if though they have permission to do just what they want to do. But anyway, Shimon, we're not gonna hold them. We're not gonna hold them because me and you are going through a whole other story. So Shimon, you provided the number, so I think Shimon, we're gonna conclude here.
Well, guys, as always, that brings us to the end of this video. I just want to throw a few things in there. I want to thank all of our new subscribers that has joined our channel. Thank you guys so very much.
We appreciate you.
Dual team, we're a family now. We're this big. I remember before we were this small. We're this big now. And I also want to say thank you again to Meet and I. For the opportunity that we've been blessed with.
Yeah, because as I was saying, just to be nominated amongst some of these awesome creators, because the category that we have some awesome creators. Yeah,
we do.
And so just the fact to just be there amongst them.
Whoa.
we did the big age. No. Okay.
But yes, we want to thank them, and we want to thank everyone who nominated us, because we are nominated.
And congratulations to all the nominees.
Yes, we are nominated for Best New Channel for the Meet and I 2023 Awards.
And so we appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for joining us. And hey to all the new people watching.
Thank you.
And that's just about it. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.